Hey Jesse, how you doing? What's going on here? Here you are. Okay, did I hear Ryan just come in too? No, he's not here yet. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear
You're
you
good.
until
No, nice guitars in the back, man. You shred too?
shred. I play them.
Yeah, nice.
I
They're
wish
really
I
nice.
could.
Yeah, I'm more of a rhythm guy myself. Chords and singing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn some lead, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna get
Do you
there.
know the scales yet?
I do. Uh,
Pentatonic.
I-
Doo-doo-doo.
I've learned major, minor pentatonic and major, minor scale and blues scale, but as probably 2 years ago is when I finally learned some scales.
Oh,
So,
really? Yeah, blues scale. That's the one, man. I mean, it'll never get old. You know,
yeah,
that's all you need. That's all BB King needed.
yeah. I just try to play Steve Ray Vaughan all day long.
Oh,
So.
that's fun. That's fun. Yeah, I had a friend that in Houston that loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. We would do the flooding down Texas.
Yeah,
All the lines go down. Yeah, that's
I
fun.
would like to. I've not learned that one yet, but it's
It's
on my list.
hard. It's hard on. I would play bass with him because I was the bass blues bass. It was a difficult song well, for a blues song too. It had a turnaround or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. I didn't know you played guitar. Yeah, we're just waiting for Ryan here.
Okay.
He's been slammed with back to backs. But yeah, so I hear you on what you said on the text, not wanting to go back to Gov Insurance. I'm not sure if that's what Freeman Mathis had in mind for you anyway, or if they were going to consider you. But I wanted to get you on the call with Ryan here because Ryan's got clients Atlanta, well, Florida doesn't matter for you, but Atlanta, Gainesville, Marietta. We've been building up there, so we have a couple plaintiff firms. And you're a managing attorney right now, aren't you?
So I was managing attorney for a while, and we don't really have one now because we've got so many cases that it's kind of a team
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
aspect. Um,
I hear you. How many? How big is your firm? It's you, him, and
well, we got his son and a new associate, and then we have another attorney that's been working with us for a while and another attorney at sub counsel. And then we have some other plaintiffs firms that sort of help us.
interesting. Hey, Ryan.
Hey Jesse, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Percy. I'm doing well. How's everything going in your world?
Going good. It's a nice Friday here.
Yeah, you're up in outside of Atlanta, inside Atlanta, was it or?
Just north of Atlanta and Cumming, Georgia.
Okay, all right. I have a brother up in LJ.
Okay. That's where we
Yes.
spent the weekend.
All right. He went up there on vacation with his wife and two young kids at the beginning of the pandemic, and I haven't. He hasn't. Well, he never came back. Like,
It's a nice place.
yeah. I guess. I guess. Yeah. It must be. It's a big tourist area, I guess.
Yeah, it's where the mountains start. So it's kind of you want to go up in we call them mountains. My wife's from the West and doesn't think they're mountains, but
Yeah, the hills.
yeah,
They're actually 6,000 feet up there. That's not that
Yeah,
bad.
the Rockies are much higher, but at the same time,
Easier
all
to
you do is
climb.
you point out, you're like, all right, the Appalachians are older, okay? They have wisdom.
yeah.
Yes. Uh, we apologize. So yeah, I guess tell me what's going on in your world right now. What can we do to assist? What's the right fit?
I don't. I haven't been actively looking, but sometimes I do wonder what's out there. But I'm still mostly interested in staying on the plaintiff side and not necessarily traveling down to Atlanta every day.
Yeah, understand that. Okay. I know Atlanta traffic is Not great.
Yeah.
I think Miami has recently beat you. We become the worst traffic in the country. So yay for us, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I know that when I was in Miami, I did notice that it was worse, I think, than Atlanta.
Yeah, it's
Gosh. Um, all right, so the firm you're at right now, Eric J. Hertz, a lot of medical malpractice, mass tort, okay, nursing home neglect. All right,
he's
what
basically
would push
second
you to
chair
make it?
to his friend who runs the firm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, I mean, what would interest you in making the move?
I think just more money is that's why I'm sort of looking at it. We've got a lot of long-term things going on, but I like where I am, to be honest. But
yeah.
uh,
All
I,
right.
yeah, it's not that I'm desperate to go somewhere else, but
No.
Is your
I,
buddy too? I know that. So it's your buddy, and you have a pretty laid back schedule. Um, beyond when you have to be there for trial or whatever. Um, so yeah, I understand that. But you said you were at like 125K salary, right?
yeah,
And you had done this once before, right? Where you had left and then you came back.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, spent half your career on the insurance defense side and switched over to plaintiff about 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's essentially right. And I have done a lot of government defense, and now I sue governments a lot.
That's the best.
Well, the firm I was thinking of, they're based in Miami and they just started up a area up in Atlanta. And I'm gonna put them in the chat right now.
Yeah, I got my
It
DoorDash.
it is your insurance attorney, and as I mentioned, they're based in Miami. Actually, in when was the last time you said you went down to Miami?
Probably about 2 years ago.
Okay. Do you know area by the name of Coconut Grove?
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure if I've been there.
Okay. That's a really nice area. Not that it matters, you're up there. But I was there the other day. It's a gorgeous area. Freaking every time I go to that Coconut Grove, I do like this extended long drive back to 95 because it's just this area that's just it's the old school looking like Miami with the old
Uh,
school like Spanish houses and like you still drive by the mansions that are like from the 1950s that if you ever watch The Godfather when they come to Miami, that's what
yeah.
that's what it's looking like. But they have about I want to say 50, 60 attorneys right now. And they opened up about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they opened up a location in Atlanta. Very small right now when it comes to that area, but they purchased a rather large area to grow into. I think they got like an 8,000 square foot building to grow into. And they do first party property, personal injury, and nursing home neglect.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say it would be something that might interest you is it's still small and they're expanding out. They have about 250 employees total, and the Atlanta office just has one attorney in it right now, and they plan on growing it to 10 attorneys over the next year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
The reason why I bring that up is it kind of would be you in the ground floor.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yes. Anthony does a lot of the guy who owns the firm, his name is Anthony Lopez. It's a lot of advertising. His tagline is Fear the Beard.
Okay.
Yeah. He has the outline, all his ads and stuff like that. Guy was on Real Housewives of Miami.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I believe it's probably great for advertising because anybody
Uh,
that watches that show is probably like, "Hey, that guy." But as far as it goes, like run a decently high caseload, and you get base plus a percentage of all closed items. How they usually run it is once they build a team around you, you get the percentage of your base, you get your base, you get the percentage of yourself, and the percentage of all your team members that are underneath you. They run each team by having 3 attorneys, intake, 2 to 3 legal assistants, 2 to 3 paralegals,
Yeah.
and a case manager. So, and each it would be, like I said, the senior level attorney and then 2, 3 attorneys underneath them. So
Okay.
that's what I would say might be a nice fit. I put their website in the chat. I would say, I always suggest looking them up, taking a look over everything like that before it would be something you want me to go full steam and send over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony is definitely somebody that if I put him on the phone with you, you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna follow that guy into war. Like
Okay.
he has that kind of personality. Um, Flies back and forth with his private jet. And
And
when I say flies back and forth, I mean he flies it.
oh wow. Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I assume he has a great beard as well.
He has a fantastic beard. Yes. And like I said, first of all, my thought is if I had a private jet, hell yeah, I'm taking pilot license. Okay. Like
Yeah.
I'm flying that thing myself. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. But, and like so that would be the one that I want to look at or suggest. And you said you're just north of Atlanta, right?
Yeah. Just Alpharetta, just a little past that. Um,
Okay.
do you know what where their office is right now?
I want to say Peachtree is sticking out of my head. I Google it right now.
Okay.
Uh, I
There's a
want to
good
say,
chance you're right because there's a lot of peach trees here.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I go, I want to say Peachtree, but I think like Atlanta only named their streets like 4 different names.
Yeah.
I think you guys, yeah, it's yes, 260 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if you if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's helpful. I can, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the chat for some reason. It might just not be.
Let me make sure I hit. You don't see a button on the bottom that says chat or anything that popped up. So I guess that's on the north side of Atlanta, it looks like.
Okay, probably around Midtown is what I'm guessing. But yeah, I'd like to take a look at it. Do you know what the salary range would be?
I can tell you 100% what the salary would be down here. And the base salary down here is it's 100K base plus the 5% of all fees collected. Attorneys are making anywhere from 150 to 425,000, depending on what they're working with.
Uh,
When it comes to their Atlanta office opening up, bringing on attorneys, the salary I think we can get a little higher.
okay.
Yeah, there's a one attorney down there that they always talk about, and I've met her. Her name's Diana or Danielle. Sorry, Danielle, and she's literally a 3 or 4 year attorney now. She's pulling like 325 years, like a 4 year attorney.
Uh,
It's absolutely nuts. And they just made her a partner.
okay, and she in the Atlanta office? Is that
No, she's in the
no?
Miami office. Yeah,
So
she
there's
was
just the one.
the Atlanta office. They have the one up there. They have offices in Miami, Orlando, Atlanta. They're looking into expanding out to North Carolina, and they just opened up another office in Colorado, which is in Colorado Springs. And they just actually, it's the same thing as Atlanta right now. They had the one attorney there as they're getting everything set, and they're bringing on the second attorney now, who just started last week.
Oh,
And that's another firm that once again they opened up an office that was like 8,000 square feet for two attorneys right now. He's not opening up an 8,000 square foot office without the experience of opening up what's that? I think that's about 10 employees probably right there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. You break up the math, and it's just a start, and that's what he expects for like a year to 2 years. When they opened up the Orlando office, the mistake they made is when they opened up the Orlando office, they expanded out 3 times over the course of 2 years to new offices.
They're
And he's
going
like,
bigger now at the start.
He's just like, yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Like, you know, to get out of a lease because you decided, oh, we're going to grow slow. But, and as he's going out, like I said, a lot of his main forte, especially down here, is first party property. I don't think you guys deal with too much first party property, although you just have a storm that came through, so you might have to.
Yeah, I've not done much of that except, but wait, there is a lot of property damage around here.
Yeah, I'm assuming that might be big right now.
Yeah,
All right. How'd you fare during the storm?
we did good actually. Thank you for asking, but I used to work down near Savannah, Georgia, and that they're really doing bad down there.
In Savannah? I didn't think it went out towards the coast.
It hits southeast Georgia pretty hard.
Hmm.
Not necessarily the hurricane, but it knocked out all the power, and they still don't have any power down there.
Odd, because I thought because it was they were talking about it hitting up in like the Carolinas, and it seems like it hit west in the Carolinas. So
Yeah, it hit Asheville really hard,
yeah,
but hit southeast Georgia on the way.
okay, that thing just had a mind of its own, then, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, like I said, I'm in Southeast Florida, and everyone talks about storms and storms and storms, and I keep on thinking we're gonna get hit hard because we haven't had a hard hurricane in like 6 years. I'm like something's gonna happen. It's coming.
Yeah, I always wonder how it feels to live. I love Miami and would love to be down there in a lot of ways, but you always have to worry about weather coming through.
I don't know if you know what BNI is, Business Network International. I'm in a BNI chapter, and
Uh,
we have a roofer in there that gave a presentation the other day, and it's kind of humorous. She was going over different kind of tiles, roof tiles, and she goes, "This is what this one, and this is how." And she had some tests where they were showing him in a Hurricane One, Hurricane Two. But as you're watching the video of a Hurricane One, all you think about, or all I thought about in my head was, that just looks like a Tuesday. Like rain and this and that. You don't really notice it till it hits a Hurricane 3. I've gone through ones, twos, threes easily. Hurricane 3 is when you start to notice them hit a little harder, and you're like, all
uh,
right, what's going to happen? Besides that, like I've just grown up with them. So,
yeah, just used to it. I get.
yeah. Hurricane Wilma hit on my 21st birthday. So, walk downstairs, hurricane coming through, start
Uh,
taking shots.
that's a good way to celebrate, I guess.
Yeah, it was fun. I got to tackle a porta potty. Uh, It was rolling down the street towards my car, which was parked outside. I go, hell no. Ran outside, slammed into the thing, and watched it roll down the street and hit someone's Mercedes. Like, I'm like, well, it wasn't my car. All right. So, yeah, primarily focused on like personal injury while you've been on the plaintiff side. Anything, you said in nursing home neglect?
Yeah, it's basically a lot of nursing home neglect, a lot of just personal injury, and then a lot of Section 1983 civil rights. That's the suing the government, and then mass tort. We're doing a lot of that lately.
Well, you're in the state for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Judges are going down like flies over there.
yeah, and we're going into Tennessee, and well, we have gone into Tennessee too to do
You said,
some
what was it called? Section 18 what?
Section 1983.
1983.
All right.
That's it's essentially suing cops
Suing
for the most part.
for the infringing on privacy or something.
It's a lot of beatings and
Oh, yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
All right. I've worked with, I'm sure, you know Willie Gary?
I do know Willie Gary. Well, actually, I've not met him, but I worked with his firm before,
All right.
doing some of the Section 1983, and we work with Ben Crump as well. We do Ben Crump's Georgia cases.
Okay. I always say, you know what? Everyone says, oh, okay, whenever they pop up in this and the civil rights attorney, I go, yeah, but you do know the guy has two planes, right? Like, like, he fights for the people, but he gets his plane.
Yeah, I think, well, yeah, I've not ever been in the private plane world, but I know some attorneys are flying around in private planes, so that would be nice.
Have you gone through trial?
Yeah, I've gone through trials, but look, like Percy was saying, I've basically been second chair.
Yeah, any first chair you were at motor vehicle accidents or it was a ordinance, those ordinance cases for collections.
Yeah,
Or those,
I had to do a lot of bench trials
yeah,
every month as a prosecutor when I was representing counties. But
right, yeah. Basically, what do you call you? You're the argument lead, right?
I'm sort of the writer guy, the technical guy.
I mean, you believe you have like strong writing skills?
Yeah, I think that's my best attribute as an attorney.
One of the biggest complaints I hear from firm owners right now is the younger attorneys are absolutely horrendous with writing.
Or how to research or investigate things.
Yeah, we're fortunate with we've got two young attorneys that are really good writers, and it's not necessarily common. I don't think
And what is your average caseload right now?
it's hard to say just because we're doing mass torts, so we have a lot of lawsuits that we filed, but only some of them are currently being litigated. But it's about as large a caseload as as I know of. So
Are we talking like over 100 in total with pre-litigation and everything, or
I'm not. Yeah, I think we have 1,500
Wow.
plates right now.
oh, between you said five attorneys?
Well, we've got some other attorneys working with us on it, but yeah, our firm has five, but we have some co-counsel and other firms.
A lot of referring cases over to each other and stuff.
Yeah, like in Tennessee, I'm not licensed in Tennessee, but we're ProAct in, and
Right.
then another firm kind of running that with
I,
us.
I don't know the rules for Georgia or Tennessee, but I know for South Carolina you can't refer into that state, right?
Yeah, I know South Carolina is more difficult to get into,
Yeah, you
but
can't refer. Yeah, pretty sure. But interesting.
And yeah, license in Georgia, license anywhere else?
no.
Okay. Do they have reciprocity?
I think with some states, but I'm not sure which. I've actually never really looked into getting licensed anywhere else.
Yeah. Florida said no to everybody. We don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think South Carolina did that too.
yeah, they're
It's
kind
what it comes down to is, to be quite honest, it's a lot of people moving to South Carolina and Florida for retirement, and they just said, no, we don't want these attorneys moving here at 55, 60 years old and setting up shop.
Yeah,
I'm a accountant, and we had the same thing for CPAs.
yeah,
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. And how do you kind of describe your personality?
I'm pretty laid back for the most part. Um, I don't know. I'm a little odd for attorneys. I'm not. I think I might be too motivated by ideology sometimes, but I don't know. I enjoy certain parts of law and some parts I don't enjoy, but
but you're
I'm
on the
pretty.
dark side for the first half of your life, right? And then now you're. So, um, yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I think I'm just. I don't know. I like to be creative and feel good about what I'm doing, and so that's part of what motivates me is being doing something that I feel good about doing. Um, and I haven't been as motivated by money uh, as maybe I should have been, but um, I've been enjoying, what I'm doing now. And so when I don't know how recruiting works, but I just seem to be getting tons and tons of recruiting emails lately. And so every now and then I'm just kind of wondering what's out there. And
Are they just basic run-of-the-mill emails saying, "Hey, this, that, I have a firm you might like this," and little things?
yeah, it's just a lot more lately all of a sudden.
Yeah. And
It's
they're probably trying to push insurance defense firms to you, correct?
But yeah, a lot of insurance defense firms.
Yeah. I was talking to a person earlier today, and I said we have somebody that's a 12-year personal injury, insurance defense attorney, and all he kept on telling me was, "I don't want to do insurance defense. I don't want to do insurance defense." And I was lucky enough to have him set up for an interview that looks like everything's going forward. He interviewed yesterday, and he's like, "You're the only recruiter that I spoke with so far that it wasn't just going insurance defense to me." And I try to differentiate ourselves a little differently because of that, and try to find the right firm. I think
for
that makes a
for
difference.
for
Yeah.
the right. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to just jump to make more money necessarily, but I would be motivated by making more money. But I want to, you know, enjoy the
I've been
process.
broke in my life, and I've been able to sustain in my life. And you know what? I am a very charitable person, and for most of my life, when I had to struggle and didn't have to have the money to help out others, I was still a kind person. A couple years ago, I got to write a check to feed 215 or 214, not orphans, but 214, well, pretty much, yeah, assisted living kids at this Catholic charity program down in Hialeah called his house, and that check made me feel a lot better than anything else. And even though it's just a check, I have met with the kids many times, but it's a foster program, and me buying dinner for them and then me being able to pay for them to all go ice skating made me feel pretty good.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Yeah. So it's something that I always said, like, hell, I would love to be able to do that. And then when it came down to actually doing it, I did it. And that makes the biggest difference. All
That,
right.
yeah,
I bet you got your tax receipt though, right? Like the tax accountant. No,
Doesn't matter
yeah.
whatsoever. You still spend a lot of money. You're not
No,
getting that
I'm
money
playing.
back.
I'm playing because you're an accountant. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, all right. What do you consider a interesting fact or hobby about yourself?
You see those guitars? No, I'm playing.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I play guitar. I wrote a book. I've got a literary agent trying to get it published, but it's not yet published. Um,
What about?
but it's middle grade fiction, so
Oh, okay.
basically about an alien robot doggy that comes and helps a girl. Uh, so it,
Nice, dude. That's cool.
All right.
I like that. You have
Any
a
kids'
title for
books?
it?
sorry.
You have a title for it?
Yeah, a pale blue dot in the rearview mirror.
A pale blue dot. Oh, like that the book in a rearview mirror. Damn. Nice.
Hey, even if the kids' books, that can make some big differences. I still cry at the end of Iron Giant.
Well, that's one of the comps of the book. So yeah, I was telling my kids stories, and then I always wanted to write a book, and then I did. So, I'm not sure if I want to write another one. But,
Very cool.
All right. And do you belong to any professional associations?
no, not really.
How do you get a lot of your business in?
My boss does all that basically. I'm not really part of getting business in, but mostly it's from referrals from other attorneys.
Take this. I gotta take this. I gotta go, guys.
All
But
right.
hey,
I'll be
I
going.
Yep,
appreciate it.
thanks.
Okay.